Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Doskvol's Dead here on Game Nights. I'm your host and your Game Master, Savvy, and we're here to play Blades in the Dark today. But before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about what we got going on the channel this week. We are officially back to all of our regularly scheduled shenanigans. After many weeks of figuring shit out, we done figured it out, and I'm proud of us. This week, if you're live with us, you can check our schedule. It's down below our faces on Twitch. It's also pinned to our Discord. It's also pinned to our Twitter. Our next live stream after this will be tomorrow, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will once again be in the driver's seat for the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet. One of our new shows is Dungeons and Dragons. It's on Monday nights, and we're playing in Strixhaven, one of the newer Dungeons and Dragons settings. It's Magic College. It's a bunch of shenanigans. It's very fun. Come hang out with us for that. What's on Tuesday? Is it Masks this week?
Squire Squad.
Squire Squad on Tuesday. Wednesday we're dark as usual. Elegant Creatures on Thursday. Our first official episode after session 0 of Neon Gods on Friday. Pathfinders on Saturday. And then this on Sunday. It's going to be a great week. We got so much to do, and I'm so excited. But yeah, check out our schedule, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. We tweet whenever we go live. And if you want to catch up on the episodes we've done so far, you can subscribe to our YouTube, where we put up all of our bullshit, even our video game streams and such. So check those out. I am gonna let my wonderful friends here introduce themselves, tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet, and who they are playing today, starting with Sid.
Hello, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, generally just talking about these shenanigans and yelling about stuff that pisses me off for the most part. Yeah, I'm here several nights a week. I run our game of Elegant Creatures on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. We had date nights this week, and it was adorable. I enjoyed it very, very much. As always, with the Elegant series, I'm just the biggest fan of the show with the front seat, and it just makes me happy. So it's good times. Check it out. When I'm not here, you can find me over on twitch.tv/Critical Misses. We have our premiere of our season 2 of Queer Society coming up this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We're dark here, so what do you got to do? Come watch it. It'll be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing a lieutenant in the British Army, and I'm very excited. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Today, I am playing Barbara, aka Bricks, and she is, what is the technical term for what she is? She's a badass. She will break you. She's our cutter. There we go.
She is indeed. Oh, you can go ahead. I was going to introduce you guys, but you seem to know what you're doing.
Hello, everybody. I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I am going to be playing Jemma tonight, aka Volpe, and she is a person. Hold on, I have my character sheet up. She's a slide. I'm so slidey.
It just makes me think that she's not a person.
Well,
Lady
maybe she's a whole or a vampire, and we don't know.
Are vampires people?
They have very different rules.
They do have extremely different rules for people.
I guess that's me. Hello, I'm Alex. I'm some guy on the internet, mostly here on this channel, Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays, and then also Sunday evenings over on LB's channel in the shenanigans over there. But for today's game, I am Logan, aka Spice, the secret Spice Girl, who is the Leech.
And that's me. Hi, I'm Val. I'm not usually the one doing this without introductions. I think I'm one of the only GMs on the channel that doesn't introduce all their players, so it's going to take me a minute. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. I run 2 games on this channel. One is Saturday Night's Star Power, which is an alternating Fate game in a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime bullshit inspired world, and we had a session of that last night. So check that out on YouTube when it goes up later this week, and join us in 2 weeks. We're getting up there in episodes now, so probably heading closer and closer to finale season. So get caught up. And I also run the aforementioned Neon Gods, which will be having its first session this Friday. Well, loosely facilitating that game. So, but tonight I will be playing Bron, aka Omen, who is the Hound.
All right. And I'm Savvy. I'm running this, kind of. I'm a little hands-off when it comes to doing anything, really. Okay. Let us get started, then. I think everybody at least everybody here, pretty well remembers what happened last time. Because it was an extremely successful assassination. You finished up your plan to assassinate Rorik, leader of one of the gangs of Doskvol, the Crows, and it went off basically without a hitch. Barbara and Jemma were able to borrow from a friend of or an acquaintance of Barbara's, I believe. Somebody Barbara knew. One of the vendor tents that was at the Moontide Festival in Ankayet Park, and disguised themselves as wonderful bartenders making spicy margaritas. And Logan infiltrated Rorik's little crew as an extremely fancy lad, and it was incredible. And Bron stood Overwatch, I guess is really the best way to put it. You were rolled extremely well on all of the dice. I don't know that there was a single failure on anything last time. Complete successes all around. Logan was able to get Rorik to the correct location. Barbara and Jemma were able to poison him. He went down. Bron created a distraction in the form of shooting a bomb on an old barge in the canal, and you all escaped. Basically unscathed. And it was wild. I've never seen anything like it in games that I run. It just worked. And then we had some downtime. A couple of you worked on long-term projects, and among other things, indulged your vices, got some good relaxing in, got rid of a little bit of your stress to keep you from moving into trauma territory. There was even a little visit to a bathhouse, which was fun and not at all awkward, and didn't bring up demons from old relationships or anything like that. And then we ended last time on Bron discovering what in the heck? All my windows just minimized. I love it when my computer does this. There you all are. Zoom said, not today. You don't need to look at anything. Yeah, and then we ended with Bron finding another note from Cross that they had dramatically left with a knife stuck into it in the railing of your boat/lair. And you all were getting ready for another meeting with your wonderfully dramatic handler. That's where we're going to pick up. So, is there anything that you guys want to do before this meeting? It is same place, same time, different day to pick up a new contract. Oh, and you got paid like a lot last time. You guys got a lot of stuff. It was fun. Yeah, anything you guys want to do in preparation? If not, we'll just go there.
Good.
I don't think so. No.
Let's go shopping for an hour and a half.
Yes.
And
Okay.
no. Okay.
Shopping montage. Okay. So you wait. You chill, you relax, you work on whatever it is you're working on until 5 Chiron rolls around. We're into the next month. Silk, which is after sunset, and you all head back down to the Razorback, everybody's favorite bar. I forgot I flipped the map and I got really confused for a second about what was going on. And you head down to the Razorback, everybody's favorite bar here in the docks. And you make your way over to that same table in the corner with the busted leg. You wait for a bit, maybe order a drink, sit around, and a little after Silk has struck on the clocks, you are approached by someone you don't initially recognize. They don't say anything. They walk up to your table, sit down in the seat where Cross sat last time. And once again, much like your handler, kick up their boots on the table. They're not hiding their appearance this time. You see in front of you a person in sort of revealing black clothes, black hair, chopped bangs. But when they speak, they sound like Cross. Hello, loves.
Nice look.
Evening.
Thank you. Takes a bit of
Any
work,
pa-
but
Any particular reason for this change in your appearance?
mostly my entertainment.
That's fair.
Plus, we're here to do business. You can't be seen with the same person all the time. People get suspicious.
All right.
Makes sense to me.
So, you got my note then?
Yeah.
And we found the knife. Do you want that back?
Ah, no, I've got plenty. So, how'd it go?
You tell us.
Well, I'm not the one that was there. Just hear the rumors.
What do the rumors say?
That you're all still alive, which is, not exactly par for the course.
Are you expecting us to die?
At least one of you. Most teams have at least one death their first time out.
If you want, I could kill Bron.
Bron's growing on me.
I do that like a mold.
Yeah, or a fungus.
Hmm.
Yeah, we
so
expect at least one death first time out. It's a bit of a tradition at this point, so well done, bucking that.
all right.
Don't,
So what's the
don't
next
really know what
job?
to say to that.
Yeah.
Were you calling us here just to chit chat, or do you have another job for
Well,
us?
no, I mean, most people are pretty proud of their work. Usually they want to talk about their favorite parts or something exciting that have. If you don't want to do that, we could just talk business, but I thought you were all going
Yeah,
to
let's
like
do
me.
that. Let's get some marshmallows, start a little campfire. We can I'll get my guitar.
You know
we
what?
can
Hold on.
sing a
Great.
bit.
I've been
Hold
meaning
on.
to burn this
I
table
did-
anyway, it's broken.
I did make a very interesting new drink.
Did you know?
Yeah. It's like a spicy margarita.
Oh, I like spicy.
I
I-
think that's about it.
I liked when the barge exploded. That was quite nice.
Oh, was that you?
That was
Hmm.
Bron.
Both.
Ah. I thought that was something else.
I am just pleased it did not have to actually get handsy with Mr. Rourke.
Ah, not
You
your type.
didn't?
I do not think he would have been particularly gentle.
Not always a bad thing.
No, but it would have made performing my tasks a little more difficult.
Why do you have trouble performing?
Times. It was not my forte, as it were. But I was the only one left who had not been made, so.
That's fair.
Jemma's in a rare mood today. Seems to just be coming after everyone who speaks. So maybe we just go ahead and get the job and move on
No,
before
it's
she
nice
insults
to
someone else
see.
here.
You're all like a little family already.
I have a dog and everything.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a dog. It's
No, what kind of dog?
technically the
Sorry,
dead
the-
kind.
Oh. You're one of those then.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, sorry, the last two crews I was supposed to meet up with were unceremoniously killed on their last job, so bit hard up for
That's
conversation.
unfortunate.
By
Hey,
the
was
targets
it?
or by the guild?
Sorry?
They were killed by their supposed targets or by the guild for failure.
Oh, by the targets. Oh, we don't kill people if they fail. Usually if they fail, they get killed on their own.
Well, I'm just at the edge of my seat wondering what the next target's going to be.
Right. That's how I like you. Excited and a bit cranky. Right. You're looking for... Oh, what's his name? Simon Chiswick. Real, free thinker type. Fancies himself a bit of a philosopher. And, causes a bit too much trouble down at the factories for some people's liking. Should be easy enough to find him in Silkshore. But he's got a bit too much anarchy in him for the client's liking, so they want him out of the picture.
Right. Family, home life.
I don't know. That's your job, isn't it? He lives in Fogcrest in Silkshore. Should be easy enough to find. And should be easy enough to kill after the last one, eh?
Gods be willing.
You said he lives where?
He lives in Silkshore, in an area called Fogcrest.
You said Fogcrest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any requests from the clients?
Yeah, actually. This one ought to be a bit fun for you. Due to the nature of their work and the wrenches that Mr. Chiswick here keeps throwing in it, they'll pay extra if you make it look like an accident.
Any particular type of accident or?
No, just something convincing.
All right.
Should he fold in some factory equipment, something like that?
Off.
Not a bad idea.
I suppose we'll have to see what sort of stuff he gets up to.
Right.
I assume same base rate as last time.
Bit less, but bonus will make up for it.
All right. Where does he work?
As far as I can tell, he doesn't.
What is he doing that's causing so much of a fuss then?
Well, bit of a anarchist type, fancies himself a free thinker and a philosopher. Basically likes to stand down around the factories and cause trouble. Workers' rights and all that, but he gets a bit too mixed up in it for a lot of people's liking.
Right. Sounds boring.
You know if he runs with anyone?
Dunno. Assume he's part of the artist community since he lives with them, at least in the area.
Artist type. Don't work. Has enough time to cause trouble.
Sounds
Probably
like
comes
he's
some money.
rich. That seems like enough for us to go off of. Let's get started.
There a deadline?
Well, they were hoping in the next 2 weeks or so. But a bit flexible, as long as it's taken care of before next round of pay goes out.
Right, then.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, all right.
All right, well,
Consider it done.
stay sharp, stay alive, and maybe hand off that spicy margarita recipe. I'd like to try one next time I'm around.
Maybe if you pay me for it.
I think the Keeps of the Razorback would pay you a pretty penny for something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way,
Up to Delilah.
yeah. Or you could have me around for tea. You never call.
All
I
right,
don't know
Mom.
how to contact you.
That's the joke, love.
Right.
You are clearly comfortable enough to not only drop in, but to leave some daggers in the side of our boat.
You all ought to work on your security.
Maybe just use the same dagger hole next time.
That would be a skill.
It would. Who knows? I'm an enigma.
Probably require a slightly larger dagger, given that the hole is already there, so the structural integrity is already slightly degraded. Logan just goes on like a small little rant, muttering to himself about why that would not be feasible.
Well, I'm ready to go now.
Of course you are. See you all around the bend then.
Have a lovely day.
And Cross gets up and leaves.
I found a cat.
Not another one. We
The
can't have another
Razorback's
one.
cat.
Yes, they have a cat.
I think I'm in love. Just glad she doesn't hate me because I brought home kittens.
All right.
Delilah walks by with a round of drinks for you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Is she causing you trouble?
No. She's a perfect little princess, ain't she?
No, she certainly thinks she is.
There's a
Yeah.
growling coming from underneath the floor at
Oi!
under the table.
Fuck off. Keep your dog on a
Down,
leash.
boy.
Right.
All right. So, where do we want to get started?
Delilah, you want a new recipe?
Sure, I'll try anything once. Even twice.
She might have something
Jemma,
for you.
Gemma's just completely enthralled with the cat. Who's a pretty little girl.
Jemma.
What?
Recipe. Super.
Oh. Right. Oh, right. Do you have any like habaneros or jalapenos? Say jalapenos in that accent.
Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. How do you say that in a
Jalapenos.
British accent?
Jalapeno, governor.
It's jalapeno, isn't it?
Oh no.
God, that is a
What's
hard
your
word to
uncle?
say.
Jalapeno.
They
Yeah.
probably say jalapeno.
I got
Jalapeno.
So spicy.
something spicy. Yeah, I'd grow a couple of different types of peppers. Why do you ask?
I've got this great recipe I've come up with. But we are on a job now, so maybe when we come back, be able to fix you a little something spicy.
Sure. Sounds lovely.
All right. First things first. Got to see him. Get eyes on him. Bron, you think you could do that without being seen this time?
That was one time.
Out of one, so 100%.
Still
Of the
only
times.
one time. Yeah, I can
Right.
find out what I can see. Somebody else should probably ask around and see what other people know.
Jemma and I can hit the artist quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. You better at talking than I am, but I know people.
Right.
Would probably attend one of his rants. Figure out what exactly he is espousing to the people. Figure out if we are being used to bust some unions or if this fool needs to be taken out of the picture.
Well, Spice, why don't you come with me then? Because we're also going to need to come up with some ideas for an accident to get him involved in. You're probably going to be the orchestrator of that.
Yes, indeed. I was already been thinking, depending on where he is doing this, apply a little bit of acid to some factory machinery, collapse on top of him. Then we will need to figure out how to apply our anti-crow measures.
Or I could just choke him out from behind and we can get like his neck collar stuck in some machinery and make it look like he did to himself.
I think we're putting the cart before the horse here. Let's see what he does and where he goes. Might be as easy as pushing him in front of a train, but need to see what he does day to day.
Less fun, but all right.
To do the pushing.
Remember last time? Scale down the complexity.
Right. Simple, better.
Right.
One of
Choking
these
out,
days-
bow ties, machinery. It's a lot of moving parts, no pun intended.
Fairly straightforward, but all right.
Was that a joke?
No, I don't make jokes.
I think that was a joke.
We ready?
Yeah, all right.
All right, 3, 2, 1, break.
Okay. And you split up?
Always.
Always. Let's start with who's together? Logan and Bron?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys get up to? Prep
So, Bron-
phase.
Huh?
I said prep phase.
Prep
What do you
phase.
do?
I think Bron was gonna do the same thing as last time, just try to tail and keep an eye from a distance on what's his face probably, and then once he starts doing one of his rants, maybe Bron keeps an eye out and Logan joins the crowd and listens in.
Yeah.
Depending on like where he goes and what he goes into, it might be useful to like get into one of the factories too to scope out what it looks like. I don't know if he's going into any of the factories, but
Yes, you'll find out. Okay. So you're gonna make your way down and over to Silk Shore.
yeet.
Okay. Let me pull up the thing here. Oh. My notes said not today. Come on. You don't have to think too hard about it. It's just one note. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay. So you make your way down and over to Silk Shore. You all spent some time here, so you're probably familiar with at least where Fog Crest is, which is where he lives. So, Fog Crest is, I can show you guys on that, but is sort of this like central part of Silk Shore. The Silk Shore is kind of divided up into like 4 sections by the main canals. That central kind of blobby looking section is Fog Crest. So Fog Crest is sort of, it's tall. It's taller than the rest of Silk Shore. It's kind of like set up on a hill, and is just super crowded with buildings. There are all of these like homes and buildings sort of like crowded together and almost kind of like stacked on top of each other, with staircases and like bridges going between them. So once you get into Fog Crest, you're basically not ever on an actual like street anymore. Like the buildings are so jam-packed in there that to get anywhere, it is up and down stairs and across sort of like these hanging bridges, and it's the kind of a maze up there once you actually get up there. But it is where most of the artists of Doskvol live. Artists. It says a bohemian community of artists, freethinkers, psychedelic explorers, and philosophers, which is great. So everyone there is doing art and drugs all the time. So yeah, you can start your search there.
So yeah, I think I'd like to just go for this be hunt, gather information, hunt a target, gather information about its location and movements.
Seems right to me.
Alrighty. I don't have anything to add. Okay. What's my position? Risky, controlled, desperate.
That's a good question. I think when you're searching for somebody, it's probably always a little risky.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna push myself. Probably gonna regret it. Yep. So 5.
Okay. So that's a partial success. Yeah, so you make your way around, and it is, this area is difficult to navigate. You probably spend a lot of time making sure you're not getting turned around, or trying to figure out how to get down or up to a different level of the community. What are you looking for specifically other than him?
I mean, really trying to find out like the basics, where he lives, where he goes throughout. This is probably something like, I'm imagining this is over the course of several days. Like this is not just like one afternoon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take you a while.
So probably staking out like a rooftop across the street, or like an abandoned apartment building or apartment or something, and keeping an eye on his house, seeing like what time he gets up, when he goes to bed, and then where he goes throughout the day, how often he's leaving the house, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think eventually you start to get more familiar with the area over the next few days, and do a lot of watching, a little bit of asking around, and eventually you find the home that that Simon is living in. For the first couple of days, I think you don't see him. There are several people that sort of come and go from. It's this very tall, like four stories tall, sort of perched up on one of these hills. Very, very narrow building, this home with a pointed roof, that you see a few different people come and go from. About 3 days in, you finally see someone matching, for the most part, Simon's description. He's tall, real thin and lanky, black hair sort of pushed back, black goatee, wearing clothes that were probably once nice and kind of expensive. So like a shirt, suspenders, that kind of thing. But just looks worn down, just really worn down. And you finally catch him coming out of this home that he apparently shares with several other folks. You follow him around, sort of trying to get a bead on where he goes. He doesn't do much for the couple of days that you follow him. He goes down to Ankayat Park. He spends a lot of time in the park, either reading or writing in an old notebook that he has. But for at least a couple of days that you're following him, he doesn't leave Silkshore.
So he doesn't leave. We only see him leave the house like once over the like 3 days that we're watching.
Yeah, like once every few days.
And he returns home afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other people that are coming in, like, do the other people that are leaving, we're seeing them come back and come and go more regularly than he does? Or...
Yeah, they come and go. Some of them spend a lot of time down at the park. Some go down and like across to Crowsfoot or to the docks, out to bars and different establishments and things like that. Pretty regularly.
Do any of them stand out? They're coming, like, do they look like relatives? Like, are we talking like people that are older that look like they could be parents, or younger that look like they could be children?
They're all adults. It's a pretty diverse crowd of people. There's nobody that looks just like the spitting image of him.
So not necessarily relatives.
So probably not family, but...
And no one we recognize.
No.
How much of this is Logan sticking around for? Or are they just like meeting up? Like, So
I imagine what Logan was mostly staking out the factories and like wandering around there and trying to see if we can catch him at any of his rallies or whatever they are. And so it's probably that we're checking in at various points, or Logan is coming back to where Bron is camping out and taking over so Bron can sleep for a few hours or something.
Yeah, that probably works. I imagine like most of what Bron is doing is keeping an eye on the house until probably doesn't follow the other people that are leaving. Probably sends like Helsing to trail them, and then actually follows Simon when he comes out. So I don't know if maybe Logan wants to roll or do something, and then we can meet up and kind of share information and decide on the next step here.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what my skills have. Because the only one I really have points in that would be relevant is study, which is study a person, document, or item with close scrutiny to gather information and apply knowledge, gain a deeper understanding, or do research. But
I think that counts.
Yeah, so maybe it's figuring out, okay, which factories, maybe as he is going around and checking out the factories, is trying to catch wind of like, oh, this is one that Simon has gone to before to make trouble at, or things like that.
I like that.
Is this risky or controlled?
Risky.
Okay. Standard. No bonus. That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way around. There are factories kind of spotted around in a couple of different places in Doskvol, especially like along the coast of that main canal, like on the docks and on Crowsfoot. There's a lot of like warehouses and like workspaces and things like that. So you start to like make your way around until you hit one factory that is right by the water in Crowsfoot on this like western shore, I guess. Not really a shore, but the edge where the water is. And I think it sticks out to you first and foremost because there is a heavy like guard presence that wasn't necessarily there in some of the other ones. Like most places will have like a couple of like guard types, bouncer types kind of loitering around, making sure everybody fucks off when they need to fuck off. But there are like probably 10 folks that are standing by the entrances to this factory, a little more buttoned up than maybe some of the other ones. who were probably like dock workers that are being, paid to watch things, something like that. These look much more like cop types that are hanging around this factory. So that I think in particular is probably what piques your interest.
Okay. And just given what I know of different districts, would I be able to know what this factory produces?
This is... What would this be? Let's see. The oil factories aren't here anymore. I think this is probably some kind of like textile factory. So you can, I mean, with the big sort of doors like thrown open, you can probably get like a little bit of a look inside. So there's a few on the ground floor of those like very, very large like industrial looms that are run by gears and people feeding yarn into them and thread into them and hoping they don't die in the process.
Yeah.
Those things are wildly dangerous. So it's some kind of like textile factory like that.
Okay. And I think it's going to just make only a couple passes and space them out so it's like, walking past the factory and I'm gonna go do something, and then a few minutes later I finished my errand and I'm coming back, and just
Okay.
see what I can overhear from guard chatter, anyone else hanging around.
Okay. Yeah, there's at first I think on your first pass there's not a ton of talking from the guards themselves. There are some people that are kind of loitering around like just far enough away so the guards won't like kick them out. I think on your second pass though you get there's a couple of whispers of some people that are nearby that you can probably catch, and you hear one of them mention Simon. But the gist of the conversation is essentially like them wondering like when he is going to show up again. People saying that like they haven't seen him for like the better part of a week, wondering when he's going to make his way back down.
Okay. That is good to know. And so yeah, one of our various check-ins would be like, okay, so I have found the factory. He has not been there for almost a week, but as you have said, he has not left Silkshore, so makes sense.
Right. I don't like that he doesn't leave consistently. It's going to be hard to plan a job if we don't know when he's going to be leaving the house. I saw him writing in a notebook. I'd like to read that.
So, yes, I suppose in the worst case, an accident could happen at home. But we may have to get inside in one of the rare times we know he's out.
That's going to be hard because there are other people living there. I don't know what to expect if these are other anarchists like him, if this is some sort of, I don't know, base of operations for a larger group. Too many variables. Best option might be seeing if there's a time when they're all out of the house, but I don't know if we're going to get that option.
Yeah. And clarifying question for the GM, I mean, we don't know this, but does it seem like it's a house where they all live together, or is it more of, an apartment building and they're all living in separate units?
I think it's hard to tell from the outside, but I think like based on what you know of the district. A lot of these buildings are just sort of like large houses where everyone sort of has their own room, and then would share like a communal like living space, kitchen, that kind of thing.
Okay.
There's not really enough room in any of these buildings to turn anything into like a full apartment. Is that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would be reasonable to assume that they probably all know each other. All the people living there are going to know each other because they're all sharing a house together, but they might not necessarily be like biffles.
Yeah.
Maybe we approach one of the other tenants. Get like Jemma to sweet talk them or something, see what they know about Simon.
Yeah. That would be a good call. We could also perhaps pose as maintenance workers here to fix this, a squeaky door or something.
Ah, the classic. Maintenance. Get a van, paint the sign. No, not going to do that again. Yeah, I think that my concern with that is spooking him if that's too out of the ordinary. But
yeah,
he's got some. You mentioned he's got some. There's some guards at the factory that are waiting for him,
as well as people who are hoping he'll speak again.
I might be able to. There might be some people I can talk to in the guard and see what they know about him. If they're expecting some sort of escalation or him to do anything.
Be helpful.
Well, maybe we see what the others found out and make a plan.
Okay. Barbara and Jemma. What do you get up to?
What are we doing? You made the plan.
I was just saying if we wanted to head that way into Silk Shore and kind of do a similar thing, but maybe go more the route of talking to some of the artist types as opposed to checking out the factories that he set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
cover.
If y'all wanted to, if we wanted to tie things in, because this took place over the course of a couple days, Bron and Logan could have given you pointed out some of the people that might be interesting for y'all to try to talk to. If we want to.
Well, that's a thought. Having pointed some of them out, any of them run in Barbara's performance circles?
Oh, interesting. Let's see.
Please say one is just my NPC Gordon.
Let's see. Who we got in here? My stuff wants to load today. Yeah. Barbara. There's one member of this group that Bron and Logan can point out to you that you are a little bit familiar with. She performs on occasion. So you sort of know who she is, but she does a very different type of performance when she does than you do. Her name is Levyra. Spelled Levyra. And she is first and foremost a spirit medium who occasionally does sort of public seances, I guess, and like readings and things. And she also has a bit of a business on the side. That is sort of one of those things that everybody knows she has sort of like a side business that's a little shady, but most folks, unless she deals with them, don't know what it is. So, but yeah, she lives in this community.
Relay that to Jemma, the other folks.
Right.
Could be an inn.
Do we need a cover?
I know of her under my performance stage persona. She doesn't always perform, though. Might get lucky.
Alright. You want to take the lead on this one?
How about I make the introduction? And maybe you still do the talking.
Right. Is this someone we could just say we just want information from this person? Or is it am I gonna have to like talk my way around the situation? Am I gonna lie or
I just know of her, right? I wouldn't really.
I think she's probably like an acquaintance of yours. Like if you saw each other, you would say hello in passing. You've probably just ended up in the same venues at some point. I mean, what you know of her, she's pretty cordial. A little bit of a weird beard. Most people in this community kind of are. And she just, I think from your perspective, I don't want to read too much onto Barbara, but I think based on the kind of person I think Barbara is, Livera probably comes across as very sort of like flighty, I think. But it's pretty genial most of the time.
Maybe dance around. We could drop his name. See if she's got a beef. Take it from there. Or if she's biffles with him. I've never heard that before, Val, and I'm using it forever now.
Biffles.
Then I don't know if she lives nearby. If you want me to step away and you want to, I don't know, get an invite home.
do you think this is going to require me to sleep with someone? Is that what you're implying?
I didn't say you have to sleep with anyone. You could be invited home and just say hello and have a nightcap and Bob's your uncle, you're done.
Is it that important that we get this information from this person?
No, just seemed like an option.
Is this a kink thing I'm not aware of with you?
What?
Why are you trying to set me up with someone?
I'm not trying to set you up with anyone. It's the job.
But I feel like maybe this situation doesn't require that sort of far into. That seems like a very extreme thing to do.
I'd just say it was an option. I didn't say.
Right. All right. We'll see if it comes up. All right.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I can just take her by the throat, put her up against the wall, and ask her questions. If that's also an option.
Right. Well, let's start it slow, and then work our way and see how it goes. All right.
Look, you asked me for my opinion. That was my opinion. I don't make the plans. All right. I'm not the planner. I'm the doer. All right.
Right. Let's just wing it a little bit. See, get a feel, and then go.
All right. Fine.
Right.
All right.
Seems like you're fine. All right. Let's just go.
Okay, after the most awkward conversation of all time.
I feel like we just keep one-upping it. We're like, that was
Probably.
the most awkward. Nope, that was the most awkward.
Where do you head to? Because you had a couple options.
If we have a couple of days, I figure they can head back. She can change into like her getup for performance. Feel a little awkward with like how different it looks in front of Jemma. She usually tries to sneak out of the boat when she's in her performance stuff, but she's got to go with Jemma, so she's like pulling at stuff and all that.
Suddenly very itchy because someone's looking at you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I feel that in my soul.
Like, please do not perceive me at all, especially right now. One of those. And I guess just try to hit up a couple of the performance spots that like she's seen her at before. And like just over a couple of nights, like maybe hit 1 or 2 each night, see if they run into her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think you have to roll for that because she's out and about a lot of the time. So say eventually you run into her at one of the performance venues. It's a little bit of a nicer place. I mean, it's still not, it's not like in fancy pants part of town, but it's nicer. It's got a little bit more of a almost like a burlesque club kind of feel. Everything inside is very like crimson and fun. And yeah, I think she's not performing, but I think you run into her sort of sitting at a table sort of towards the back of the venue, having a glass of wine. Lavira is very tall, very pale, sort of vampire. In my brain, she looks a lot like Elvira.
I was wondering, based on the name, like, did you just take out
No, this is
Byron?
actually an NPC from the book.
Oh, so
I
they
didn't-
did
Maybe
it.
they did.
They did it.
They
They
did
don't-
a self-insert for Elvira.
They don't
Perfect.
say what she looks like, but in my brain, she looks a lot like Elvira. Because I
Hot,
just love
love it.
Elvira so much.
She's fucking
And
amazing.
so she's very, so yeah, she's very tall, black hair, makeup, red lipstick, black dress, hot, incredible, the ultimate, just the ultimate,
Feminist icon.
the ultimate.
Pushed us further for women in performance in the past 20 years. And
Elvira, you're my
sorry.
hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a little bit older, but sort of gives you a like a serene smile as you approach. What name does she know you by?
What did I say? It's some pretentious ass persona name. I forget it.
you
What
gave
did
it
I
to
say
me.
it was? It's printed in here somewhere.
Did I not write it down?
All right.
I have it in my notes.
The unimportant stranger. There we go.
Aha. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you approach. You see it's sort of very serene smile. Hello, stranger.
Lavira, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Well, my man is my dear friend. I assume we picked a not Jemma name. Before
Jewel.
this?
It's fine.
Jewel.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you. Are you here to perform?
Oh, no, not me. I'm not much of a performer. I just came to watch.
Right. Well, it's a good spot to watch. Would you like to sit?
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
This is a
use taking
beautiful
up
club.
an entire table. It is, isn't it? I
Are
quite
you
enjoy
performing
coming here.
tonight?
Oh, no, just here for the entertainment and a nice glass of wine.
stranger has told me a lot about you and your performances and your abilities. If you're a medium, correct?
I am. Have you now?
Just a little bit.
It's very impressive. Always been quite impressed.
Well, thank you. I've been in this line of work a while. People seem to like it, so I started performing. But yes, I'm a spirit medium.
It's very exciting. I've not really been to this side of town much, so I'm kind of enjoying the whole vibe. But I know that there's some nonsense that goes on during the street sometimes, so that's why I've been avoiding it.
Well, lots of things happen on the street of Doskvol. You learn to live with it. I take it you're not from here.
No. I'm visiting for a little bit, but I kind of wanted to see the big city, you know?
Well, it can be a wonderful place to be. It can be a terrible place to be, but I suppose anywhere is like that.
Yeah. We're a big farming community, so it's kind of exciting. We don't have, although I did hear about this, you guys have like, what, unions or getting a union, something like that? Do you guys have that?
Here and there. I assume you mean workers' unions.
Yeah.
Here and there, they're popping up, place to place. In my line of work, we don't really have the luxury of having that sort of thing, but you understand, stranger, but it would be nice for the factory workers. They'd work very hard for very, very little.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we have our artist communities here. People support each other.
Yes. Nothing formal, but it does make a difference, especially when we all live so close together.
cool. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was just like, I work on a farm. The person in charge is the person in charge, and they tell you what to do, and there's no one like fighting for you. But I mean, I heard that it's not all good. There's some people who are like really outspoken about it here, which is causing some feathers to ruffle or something.
Feathers are always a bit ruffled in Doskvol. You know, anyone who goes against the status quo.
I feel it. Stranger, were you telling me about somebody? I feel like their name was on like the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
One of the
Well,
protesty people.
I've heard of a few. There's one making a lot of ruckus. What's his name? Cheswick.
Seymour?
Nah, he's Shannon? No. Simon.
Simon. Yes. A bit of a stranger himself among us. My neighbor. But,
Really?
oh, well, I don't know how much of Silkshore you've seen, but we all live very close together if we're a part of this community. Yes, I know of Simon. He comes and goes on occasion. He's been making quite the ruckus for some of the factories lately.
I bet they're not too pleased with him.
They're not too pleased with any of us. Artists are usually the first to go when someone has to.
It's terrible.
Well, we protect our own as best we can.
So he's an artist, or is he a factory worker?
Simon?
Yeah.
Simon is an odd bird, really. He's a little bit of everything. He doesn't perform or anything like that. Lately, his most recent thing, he's fancied himself a bit of a writer.
Oh, now that is a tricky trade.
Indeed. I was never much for it.
Do you know who's performing tonight?
Tonight, I assume the the dance troupe. They have a sort of a resident troupe here at this particular club. Dancers tend to come and go, but the same core group, so they're very
They're
talented.
quite good. Quite good.
Oh, oh. Well, I trust your judgment, stranger.
So, Jewel, how long are you in town?
Well, it's kind of open-ended at this point, but I'm hoping I mean, it all depends on if I can find work and what I can do and how much money, I can use and save and
Yes.
math. But I mean, hopefully like the next couple months at least.
Oh, that's nice. You'll have plenty of time to explore. And
Mhm.
you're with stranger here. She's got many a spot she can show you, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
How do you two know each other?
Oh, friends.
Yeah. My family used to travel a little bit before my parents died. And we came into town and met Barbara. Gosh, has to be like 10 years now.
You just used her name.
Yeah, she did.
Oh shit.
Oh. Fascinating.
Anyways, do you know of any? I mean, is it worth it to work at the factories?
It depends on where. Really? Some of them are fine places to work. Just if you ask around some of the workers there, it's generally pretty easy to get a feel for the place.
Hmm.
But we also have a farming community, if that's more of your specialty. A lot of outside
Maybe.
labor, as you know, but
Yeah. It may be my specialty, but it is not my favorite work to do.
I imagine it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're more interested in the kinds of things that we do, there's plenty of folks to talk to around Silkshore.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have not brave enough for that, I don't think.
First time for everything. But there are lots of forms of art that don't require being on a stage.
Like what?
Well, writing, for one. In our community, we have a lot of painters as well. But most of our performers do work with others that help them behind the scenes, so...
Okay. I dabbled in poetry a little bit. Not speaking it, just writing it. But I mean, maybe do you know anybody who I mean, I know that Stranger does that sort of stuff, but anybody in publishing or anything like that, maybe?
There's a few. You'd want to talk to somebody on Ink Row. It's where over in the docks, the newspapers are there. A lot of tattooists as
Mhm.
well. That's where most of our printing gets done. So if you want something out there, those are your folks. Or a lot of our writers collaborate with performers. So you do the writing, someone else does the speaking.
Oh, I could do that. Probably do that.
What about you, stranger? You ever performed other people's work?
No. Mainly my own. I'm not against it.
Well, there you go. You're already friends.
Might work. I mean, if you like what I write is the main thing, I guess.
I've seen some of it. I like it all right.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
You don't need me at all.
Cool. What else do we need from this guy? Or from this girl?
I mean, we know they're neighbors now, so
Yeah.
maybe we can ask the other folks to maybe track her, see where she
Mhm.
lives, get a better idea of where his exact
We know where
rundown
he
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know where he lives.
Yeah, I just don't want to push it too far because it's not like I can bring it up again without it being really weird.
Well, we know he's a writer now, so we could
Mhm.
actually do like Inkro and see if anyone's
yeah.
publishing him, get more info.
Yeah. Or if we run into him on the street, could talk like, oh, I heard you're into writing, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Or I read your stuff or something.
Mhm.
Or we could actually read his stuff.
That could be
Okay.
fun.
That's it.
Barbara got really quiet though after you said her name, which I love.
Right.
Don't take it back. It's amazing. Please. It's great.
How long do you sit there for?
Make pleasant conversation.
Mm-hmm. Watch a performance maybe, and then head
Stranger might perform.
Okay, be there for a while. So after sort of all of that happens, Liviera sort of finishes off a glass of wine, and says, well, very lovely to meet you, Jewel, and very nice to see you again. And Barbara, she kind of locks eyes with you for a second.
Good to see you too. Hopefully
It's lovely
catch
to meet
another,
you.
We catch another performance sometime soon.
I hope so, Barbara. Good night, ladies. She stands, kind of floats out of the room.
Locks eyes with Jemma.
Gemma's like finishing her drink. Yes.
You used my name. You gave her my name.
Did I?
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that bad? She seemed nice.
Yeah. Seemed nice. Don't know her that
But-
well.
Do you want me to kill her?
No.
I could kill her.
Don't know if it's come to that yet. But now I gotta watch her.
I mean, I guess I don't know the reason why you use a fake name.
I don't need anyone coming looking for me.
For your poetry?
That's all. Performing's the only thing from my whole life. And if someone's putting two and two together, and now she knows my name, makes it easier.
Well, I mean, I don't even know about you from your old life, so maybe it's not that easy to put it together. But I'm sorry.
Yeah. We done?
Yep. Good show, though. Fun place.
Yeah. Don't know if I can come back.
Point taken.
Okay.
Barbara is prickly for the remainder of the evening.
Prickly, Barbara and Jemma. You make your way out, and I assume meet back up on the ship with the other two. Share what you've learned. Continue to make a plan. Okay. What's the next step?
I don't know if we want to talk in or out of character. In.
Yeah, sure.
Out's fine.
Yeah. So we still need. I mean, we know where he lives. We know that he doesn't do a lot. So probably killing him at home would be the easiest, the most like. It would give us the most chance. So we'd have to figure out what's like to go in the home and figure out what that looks like.
And then how to make that look like an accident.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of things you could do to make it look like an accident. I watch a lot of Criminal Minds.
Just make it look like he slipped in the shower.
Yeah, break his neck and make it look like he slipped in the shower. Easy.
Broke his neck slipping in the shower? Not just like hit his head?
It can
That's
happen.
a serious fall in the shower.
It can happen.
Yeah. Any fall that results in death is a serious.
Let's just do it. We'll do it like Final Destination. We'll take some cord from the curtain and wrap it around his neck.
Maybe I should be doing fun. Let me Google Final Destination deaths and see what we can find.
God.
Did I make the Rube Goldberg joke last time that I'm probably about to make again?
I don't think so.
I can't remember which game it was, but the other day I was making fun of somebody for having a very convoluted plan and started making jokes about
I
Rube Goldberg.
remember you making that joke, but I don't remember what it was
This? Maybe it was during your last planning phase. And I was like, you guys are really
Possibly.
complicating things.
Though,
Probably.
speaking of last planning phase, if we're talking about accidents at home, slip poison in the coffee, dies in the
works.
bathroom again.
It works. Why are you guys so obsessed with killing men in the bathroom?
The most undignified
It's where they're
thing
most
to do.
vulnerable.
Get him.
It's a shitty way to go.
If Game
Honestly-
of Thrones,
Hey!
if Game of Thrones taught me anything, that's the most satisfying way to kill somebody is when they're in the bathroom.
Bron's
It's true.
just going to propose, let's just burn the house down.
I mean,
Except that everything is so close together that would burn down how much of the district?
You
Yeah.
would risk burning down probably most of Fogcrest.
Plus, we
It would
also
look like an accident.
but
it
our
would.
protection thing only works on the individual.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about protection if everyone on the block's dead.
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
All right.
So-
Maybe we have some contingencies then. Maybe could we get a rumor out to stir something up for him to like
This is
get him
not
to go?
elegant magics.
Well, I think we need to find out, like, because clearly there's something going on. Like, people are waiting for him to come back. He's not showing up for the. He hasn't gone to the factories to like protest or anything. There are cops there. There are people wanting to hear him speak. Like, there's something going on that we could potentially take advantage of here. We need to learn what that is. So I think the next step is still part of the planning. It's getting into the house, or getting his notebook the next time he goes to the park. Maybe somebody pickpocketing him or something.
That is an option.
There is. I don't know if this is more in character or out of character, but I want to know like what's going to happen next time he speaks. When he goes and does his speechify thing, but I also
Maybe he knows
worry
somebody's
that
trying to
that's-
kill him.
I mean, he could have gotten wind that someone's after him too, which is maybe why he's staying out of sight.
Possibly, but yeah, I worry that if we let him do another speech, that's going to set things off, and then it will be too late.
What if we have, again, still part of the prep here, because I want to read, I'm super curious. It might be a red herring, but I'm super curious about the notebook and what it says and what he's writing about, because I think
Just
that's going to
real
give us
bad
a lot
poetry.
of insight. Yeah, it could be, but maybe next time we set up kind of an operation next time he leaves the house, that somebody pickpockets the notebook off of him. Maybe Jemma runs interference and like chats him up for a little bit, distract him while we're reading it, and then we get the notebook back before he realizes it was gone.
I mean, I'm down.
Sure.
That sounds like a good plan. Are there escape ladders?
Why?
On the house, like fire ladders?
Yeah,
Maybe.
because
For, like,
Evan
some
Lewis
cat
was
burglar in?
killed by. Yeah, well, no, well,
Okay,
that also,
we're not.
but-
You're talking about the accidental death here.
Oh,
Okay,
the
I
axe.
get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
You're
That
talking
he
about the
fell
fire
on it or
ladder
whatever.
crushing his head when he falls
Yeah.
and he slips on some spaghetti on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
we
right.
just make sure he gets under there. I jump on the ladder from
All right,
the
the
top.
rest
it
of us are gonna
falls down and
hang out in
impales
reality.
him, and then I
Are
just
we-
walk away.
Is this becoming like a Nuzlocke? This is like Blades in the Dark Assassin's Nuzlocke. Like we have to make all of the kills into somehow the
mhm.
way that someone was killed in Final Destination.
Yeah. Are there
Just
glass
all of them.
panes? We could do a glass pane.
Where's the closest logging facility? Is my big question.
Yeah,
Fallen-
let's rent a
fallen
logging
wooden
site.
spikes.
Not in this country.
Or a logging boat. They're canals. Sorry,
Mhm,
I don't want
mhm,
to. So a logging boat, and we have it go down the canal, and then
I
tip
just
onto
really,
him.
I really want this death to be like.
Let's just go
That's-
out.
that is
Let's
so-
try to lift a piano up to the 3rd floor and wait till
Yes!
he walks out and drop it.
Maybe
on.
an anvil. Maybe an anvil. Yeah. I mean, there's gotta be
Yes.
some smithies around here.
Yes. A second floor smithy. Let's open up a business called Second Floor Smithy. All right, I'm done.
I mean, we could always just go in, murder him, and then afterwards.
Yeah, we might be
try and
overcomplicating it just by
shake
doing
it
all
up.
this prep work. We might just go in and
yeah,
Black Ops murder him at night.
if it
and
works,
then-
it works. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
take his body and set it up to make it look like
Well,
an
so actually,
And then
I'm
you weakened up
pretty
Bernie's his entire next speech.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are alchemicals I could use to like keep the other housemates asleep while we do our business.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, what if we just
drug
like
the whole house?
we could just kidnap him, take him somewhere, and like push him and like drown him in the canal or something like that, and then it just
Yeah.
looks like he went out.
Don't
and
lay
slept
down
in
his
the-
body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got super drunk, peed off the dock, fell in, drowned. Done.
Yeah.
Or
We
wood
just need to
chipper.
kidnap him and then set it, and then we can set it up to look like an accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We just
we
need
just
to
need to get him
in
without
this
anybody
house. Yeah.
seeing.
We're just straight up like nabbing him from his house. Is that the plan now?
Yeah,
We're just
like
gonna
in the
nab
middle
him from
of
his
the
house,
night,
and
just
then we'll
like-
take it from there.
Yeah, sneak
Yeah.
into his house in the middle of the night, grab him, and then we'll take him and murder him somewhere.
Sounds right.
Okay. Easy.
Okay.
Plan. There we go.
So
Okay.
with some semblance of a plan that took a real turn from where it started, I would say.
Well, we just realized we're overcomplicated. I don't care what he's doing. We just have to murder him.
Don't you care what he's doing though? Like a
I
little
do.
bit?
I personally
I
do
100%
care.
want to know what
This
he's
is
doing.
The problem
But listen,
we're running
we
into
can read
is,
his notebook after we kill him.
Yeah, the
That is
problem you guys are
100%
running
true.
into is that as players, you very much want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But as characters, I need to remember our goal is just to
Just
murder.
fucking
this
kill
man.
him.
They're
Yeah, we
allowed to
just gotta
have
kill him.
interests.
Our
Yeah, my
interest
interest
is
is
in getting
murder.
coin.
And massages.
Part
Look
of
at
me
Pommy's
is-
ones are rich.
Part of me is
Alright.
too much in the mindset of our Thursday game and expecting like there's gonna be a bomb and we gotta go save it. There's gonna be this whole
Yeah.
big thing, and then realizing that with these characters, I'm just gonna be like, so I'm just gonna walk off. I don't care. I'm not here to save the town.
Yeah.
You could be, but you don't have to be, and that's the beauty of a game that's built around crime. All right. Some semblance of a plan has been made. Let's go ahead and take a break and stretch and use the restroom and all that good stuff. And when we come back, we'll start to set the plan in motion. I guess we'll start the murder part of the murder game. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes, so stick around. We'll see you soon. welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready to do a moida. Most foul.
We don't know if birds are involved yet.
They might be. We're going to find out.
Birds are always involved. Crows. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Come
true.
But I think very specifically keeps them from being involved.
Also true. All right. Let's get set up for the score. So, as you start your job, everybody picks their loadout. Let me know what size loadout you want.
I think if we're doing like a home B&E, probably gonna go up to at least normal, maybe even heavy, just to make sure that there's enough stuff available.
Okay.
Yeah.
so who's going to actually do the infiltration part is my question.
I assumed it was going to be all of us, because at the very least, I probably need to go in and apply the drugs to incapacitate people.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
from there,
I've got a pretty
who's
good prowl.
sneaky? Okay.
I've got a prowl of 2.
Okay.
I have a prowl of 1.
I also have a prowl of 1.
I have no prowl.
Okay. So, okay, then that might mean that someone might have to go in beforehand, help Logan get in to do the fancy shit.
Yeah. What is Logan's plan as far as like? So you were just going to, you had some sort of drug drug that you were going to
there are a
use?
few different drugs that we could maybe use to incapacitate, and so it would just be a question of what is the best way to apply them. Whether it's whoever's bringing home the coffee that day, we spike the coffee, or if we're going in the middle of the night and I use my blow dart to stick them all.
Is there any way to like aerosolize it and like you could just do the big area or?
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, if we're able to get into if we can avoid having to do anything to alert the rest of the tenants, then that's gonna,
can
because
just
if we
get in,
drug
grab
all
them,
of
and get the fuck
them-
out, they'll know something happened. Yeah.
So like if we can get in and either administer something to him or knock him out, and then get him
fuck
out of the house
out.
that anyone seeing. Yeah. I think that'd be the cleanest.
Yeah.
And then we just need to arrange however we want to make it look like an accident. I figure Bron can get in and probably get to him if Logan.
Maybe
can
Logan
get-
pre-prep something and then Bron is the one that actually administers it.
Yeah.
So, because I guess, assuming this will be like last time, we maybe have a couple days of prep. And so maybe part of that is Logan concocting a new specific drug for this, because can kind of, let's see. Based on the ones that are currently available, there's Black Lotus, which is the one that induces coma-like stupor and visions. Let's see.
I mean, I suppose if we were going to kidnap him and take him away, at least let him have a good time while we're doing it. So sure, why not?
Yeah. I'm just thinking of ones that could be ready for an emergency to apply to the other residents as well. There's some poisons that cause temporary paralysis, incapacitating migraines, incapacitates by giving the sensation of drowning.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Probably the paralysis.
I guess
Yeah.
so, yeah.
There's also the trance powder, which I used before, that induces a pleasant hypnotic trance. So if we just dose up the housemates with that, and it's like, we were never here, you tried a new drug and you're just imagining us.
Maybe just this plan B. Like, yeah, like again, I think the cleanest streamlined way is just sneak in as quietly as possible. Do not alert anybody else. And then he just left of his own accord, or he snuck
Yeah.
out to do whatever, and then he disappears.
Yeah, they never see us. They never knew we were there.
Yeah. But if someone walks into his room, then yeah, maybe they thought they were sleepwalking or something. If you want to do that.
Yeah. Or Bron just murders them.
Or Bron just also kills them
Yeah.
and they disappear as well.
And I suppose worst case we can do a flashback and be like, "Hey, Logan, or here's the drug I prepared for you."
Yeah, yeah. Cool. I don't see any way this could go wrong.
Okay, so what's the plan?
So I guess Bron is going to sneak in and grab him,
Okay.
and then once we get him out of the house, then everybody else, I assume, pitches in to fake this death, whatever we're gonna do there. I mean, we can. Do y'all want to just go with like taking him to, like, I mean, if he's gonna be paralyzed and stuff, we just push him into the canal, make it look like he slipped into the canal.
As long as it'll last long enough for him to drown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't give a timer on how long the drugs
I mean,
last.
we could also incapacitate him with the drug, bring him to the canal, fucking
And
knock him
drown
over
him.
the head, and then throw
Well-
him in the canal.
Or just hold his head underwater. It's fine.
Yeah,
That too. Although conk to the head would make sense, because if he was super drunk, peeing, fell over, knocked his head, drown.
yeah. And then the only other thing we need to do is with the crows, but we're gonna have him anyway, so we can do what we need to do. We'll have our
Mhm.
prep time to make sure that they're
I'm
not
looking.
notified. Yeah.
Yeah.
Though, I guess I might be overthinking it and thinking that would be more suspicious. That the thing that it, like if it was an accident, they would have gone off. But
That's a thought too. I mean, we could also, again, like we incapacitate him,
Yeah.
we throw him in, and we just walk away quick because it's going to take him a little bit to actually drown and die.
yeah,
Yeah, so I guess this comes into I was looking at our crew thing a little bit earlier of like the mechanics versus the narrative of it, because mechanically we don't take extra heat when killing is involved on
Yeah.
the score, but is that only if we really do it in such a way as like we apply the special thing, or if we are doing a death that looks like an accident, part of that is not,
Well, that's
hiding the
mechanically in
body.
there too, right? Because that's another question asked
Yeah.
when we consider heat, is that if we made it look like
That
an
was
accident.
Yeah. Yeah, so it works the same way as other special abilities where you have to actively choose to use it.
Okay. So if we don't use our Crow's Veil thing to make it look more like an accident, we would conceivably take heat for...
But because we made it look like an accident, we would
would
take less heat,
mitigate
which
that.
would
Well,
cancel it
so
out anyway.
The no traces thing is we get half the rep rather than 0.
no, I think Sid's talking about the questions that we ask after the score
Oh.
Yeah,
to see
to
how much
calculate the
heat that
heat.
Gotcha.
That's one of
Yeah.
the questions. Yeah.
Mhm.
we- So we're already canceling that out if we make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we just keep this as like simple as possible.
Simple, streamline, get him.
But backup, we should. I think we'll be prepared with the flashback if Bron gets in there and it's not what it's expected, and we'll decide what our plan B was going to be.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just for y'all's reference,
Okay.
when determining heat,
Mhm.
there's a scale. So it goes 0, 2, 4, 6. So that's sort of whether or not you guys make it look like an accident and how contained it is going to determine that. And then the things are add 1 for high profile or well connected target, add 1 for if the situation happened on hostile turf, add 1 if you're at war with another faction, add 2 if killing was involved.
Okay, so we're just abstractly, just so I understand, we would automatically get 2 because killing was involved.
Yes. If you don't use
If we use Crow's Veil, then we reduce it by 1. Okay.
I think if you
Or we
use-
don't-
no,
or we don't
if you
get
use
any.
Crow's Veil, you don't get extra
Okay.
heat. You can still get. You're still gonna get heat for
Okay.
pulling off a score. The Crow's Veil keeps it from being extra because you did
I see. Okay.
a murder.
So it would benefit us to use our crow's veil. then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because
But
we've
that
kind
would
of
also make it look weird. Right?
Potentially. I mean, I'm assuming the whole point of the crow's veil thing that we have is that
Yeah.
maybe sometimes this kind of stuff happens, like that
It's
things
not-
are missed or things are delayed.
Yeah, and like last time, it wasn't that it didn't happen ever. It's just that it didn't happen at that moment. So who knows? He could have.
Yeah,
If he
so-
fell in the river, then it could have been later than.
Yeah, so just to
Yeah,
remind
that's
you
true.
guys, like, regardless, like, when someone dies, the bells are gonna ring.
Mhm.
It doesn't keep that from happening. Essentially, what you're doing is delaying the crows from finding the body.
Okay. There we
Okay.
go. All right. Like I said,
cool.
I was overthinking it. I just wanted to.
no, it's a very good
As we
question.
do.
So,
Yeah, no, it's a
yeah.
good thought. It's
Okay.
a good opportunity for us to revisit rules in a game that none of us have ever played before.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, just everybody else on standby in case the home invasion goes poorly, and we
Okay.
will see what happens. Bron would probably ask, like, because there are windows and stuff, I assume, right? Is there like an alley, or are the houses like right up on each other?
They are right up on each other to the point where in Fogcrest there are no streets.
Okay.
It's all ladders and staircases and hanging bridges, and yeah, everything is like crunched in together.
In our prep,
Mhm.
did we figure out what floor like his room was on? Or I assume we don't know like where his room is in the house yet.
No.
Okay.
But you know which house it is.
Bron
concretely.
will let them know that to keep an eye on the front of the house, because if they need backup, they will signal out a window. So,
Okay.
um,
Since we're not necessarily actively going to be seen in public, I'm gonna do a heavy load just in case.
Okay.
I'm going to do a normal load.
Okay. Logan, you
Yeah.
said normal?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just thinking about positioning because a possibility would be, assuming there isn't a building on top of this one, we could cut a hole through the roof if there is no other roof access and drop in that way if needed.
Yeah.
And so
somebody-
having maybe Logan is on top of the roof ready and someone across the street is watching for the signal to be like, okay, you need to get in there.
Yeah, that would be good. Just as because I was thinking that there might be a chance that Bron might have to escape on the roof instead of going down to the front.
Mhm.
So I think that's a good idea.
Okay. So Logan on the roof. Bron going in the front.
Essentially, if that's the
Somewhere
only
on
entrance.
the ground floor, yeah.
Yeah.
Jemma and Barbara in the wings. Okay.
Light load.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the score. Gonna do the dramatic music for this. Let's see.
What could possibly go wrong?
Literally.
Bite
nothing.
your goddamn tongue, Val! Jesus!
Nothing at all. Okay, I think the rock and roll one is a little too intense. Let's see.
I like
I
it.
do like it a lot.
Do we have rights to Kronk's sneaking? Because Bron just gets caught against the wall.
God, I love that movie.
So good.
Uh,
Okay, this one's called Blood Money.
ooh,
Yeah.
I'll try that for a little bit.
Not a hitman.
that sounds right.
Probably.
Did you say Hitman or Ip Man? I wasn't sure.
Hitman.
Hitman.
Man.
Hitman. Okay.
Agent 47.
It could have honestly been either one, so I just wanted to clarify.
We'll do Blood Money for a little bit. All right. Let's do our engagement roll. Nope, I'm still on the heat page. Shit. Flashbacks. How long does it let? Engage roll. There we go. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay. Start with 1 for sheer luck. Advantages and disadvantages. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
I don't think so. I think this is pretty cut and dry.
This is kind of standard, I would think.
Yeah.
We're just sneaking in and taking him.
Okay.
He's not like well protected or anything.
Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Hell no.
You guys tried to
No.
avoid that at all costs.
Snip out the fat.
All right. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
At their house.
I mean, asleep in their home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of where they're weakest.
That's true.
I would assume. Again, that's we don't know. We're kind of guessing there.
I hope
Sure.
he's asleep. Makes it easy.
You'll find out. Is the target strong
Turns out they're all
against this
vampires.
approach?
I never.
Damn it.
Do they have particular defenses or special preparations? Probably not. Are any of your friends or contacts providing aid or insight for this operation?
I
We
don't
got
think
him.
so.
We have
Information,
friends.
but not for this,
I
yeah.
forgot.
You do have friends.
I mean, does Levira count as having provided insight?
Yeah, she's a vampire. Does she know if they're?
Yeah, just-
Does she know if they're vampires? Well, you did
Yeah, we
get.
should have asked that one.
I'll say you did get some outside help, and you do have some other outside help that is willing to sort of step in if things get nasty. So I'll count that. So that would add 1, so
Spicy.
that's 3. Are enemies or rivals interfering in this operation? Not that you know of. Are there any other elements you want to consider? A lower or higher tier target? There's literally no one who's lower tier than you right now. Sorry, guys. Is a situation that makes the operation more or less tricky? I don't think so. Okay, we're gonna. Who wants to roll them? We're gonna roll 3 dice.
Somebody else roll because I'm trying to save my
Let's roll.
good luck.
We all
for
want to
the-
take one, maybe?
Sure.
All right, I'll take
Okay.
D6s. Yeah? Yeah. Sixers. Can I find a
I
damn
got a
D6?
4.
Okay.
I also got a 4.
Okay.
I got a 6.
6. Okay, good result. You're in a controlled position when the action starts. So we're gonna pick up, since you are in a controlled position, we're gonna pick up at places. So you're outside the building. Barbara and Jemma. Where are Barbara and Jemma? Waiting. I don't know why I said your name like that. Jemma.
Is there a like a space, like a sort of alleyway across the street?
There's no alleys.
Well,
Oh, right.
Nice.
Is there like an abandoned building?
That would be good. That would be
That would be
extremely
good,
for you
if it
guys.
existed.
If it existed, let's do a little bit of a scouting flashback to figure it out.
Okay.
You guys would like. I don't think. I was thinking of like, because I don't want to like force a bunch of stress on you guys, but I don't think you would take any stress for looking to see if one of the buildings in the neighborhood has anyone living in it. So they
I don't
can.
know. Have you been apartment shopping? Like, it's
And-
pretty stressful.
It's a bitch.
I don't think this is a complex action. I think this is a pretty ordinary action. You can sort of stroll between some buildings and see if any of them look particularly abandoned. So yeah, let's have somebody roll like. Shit, I gotta write myself a list of the skills. Like
Someone good at survey.
survey would be a good one.
I got 1 in survey.
Yeah, I have a 1 in survey as well.
I don't have anything in survey, so I'm not very good at the insights. So,
and
Bob,
Bron?
if you want to roll.
I'm sure.
Go for it, Babs.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is controlled.
Yeah.
Rolled. Standard.
Yeah.
No bonus dice. That's a 6.
Sid, what the fuck? Okay. Yes. The answer is yes. Yeah, when you were out sort of wandering around, I think sort of as everyone was getting set up and in position, Barbara, I think you're just kind of looking around, kind of eyeing some of the buildings that are nearby, and one of these has the windows sort of partially boarded up. You kind of push on the front door of it, and it just swings open into sort of an old, dusty, like empty space across the way.
Notes it. Like maybe it takes like a little piece of chalk and like, and yeah, that's operation space that night.
You got a little hidey hole. I love it.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, so Barbara and Jemma across the way. You can see through these sort of partially boarded up windows. How late is it? What time are you guys doing this? Where's my timekeeping sheet?
I'm imagining it's like middle of the night.
Yeah, like 2, 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Well, what is that for?
I don't
time?
remember the time.
I gotta like.
There's a handout in Roll 20.
Yeah, I'm looking
I'm
at
keeping time.
Smoke.
Told us often.
I read a book once that claimed that like the KGB and stuff always came around at 4 a.m. because that's like right between like it's really late or it's really early.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The first 12 hours are numbered, so like
Yes,
till noon.
so this is-
and then
So it starts at dawn, and those 12 hours are numbered, and then at dusk, the named ones start.
okay. So dusk would be like what? 7?
Be like 7. So honor is like 8 o'clock at
8,
night, and then it goes
9,
around.
10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So
between like
wine or ash?
So wait, Cross
Wine
has been
30
asking to
at
meet us
wine 30. Woo!
so Cross has been meeting us at like 1 a.m. at
Uh-huh.
bars to give us our jobs.
Yep. I told you they were kind
We
of
work
weird.
the night shift.
So there aren't other people around.
I like the idea of wine 30. Let's commit murder at wine 30, y'all.
Wine
Let's do it.
Okay. So, very dark out here, especially in this sort of neighborhood where all the buildings are crunched on top of each other like this. Few slivers of moonlight here and there sneaking through. But Barbara and Jemma, you hole up across the way and you wait. Okay.
Can I just
So-
Jemma is gonna tell Barbara that she's gonna bet the equivalent of $10 that Bron is gonna either get caught or get killed.
Why are you briefing that out into the world?
Well, because if we don't bet on it, and it's definitely going to happen,
Is that right?
we'll leave it up to the fates.
All right, you're on. I don't think it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Yep. So is that enough to satisfy the fates?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right then.
Are you guys betting coin on this?
Sure. Well, like chump change,
Okay.
like a meal.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be pulling stuff from your stash. Okay. Bron,
yes.
are you going in first? Or Logan, are you going in? What's happening? Is
I
this
don't
a
think Logan-
simultaneous B&E?
Logan is on standby for if Bron needs help.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on the
But-
roof.
On
Yeah.
the roof.
Okay.
So I imagine Logan has probably like cut a hole through the outer roof first
Like pulled the
Okay.
shingles out of the way.
Yeah. to be able to get in quickly when the time's needed.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Which I suppose means I've probably brought my fine wrecking tools.
Yeah.
So that is 2 of my 5 load.
Okay.
Oh,
So use those,
Get
pull
the
away the
wreck stuff.
shingles, and get ready in case you need to punch a hole through the rest of the roof.
Yeah.
Bron.
Okay. Bron is, I think has been waiting down the street a little bit until we are go, like maybe looking for a signal from Barbara on the across the street to let him know that that Logan is in position, and then begins a cowl pulled up, walking slowly down the road, and then ducks into the front entrance of the home to, I guess, pick the lock. Either that or jimmy a window if there's one close to the ground, which I imagine means I'm going to need my burglary gear for this.
Yeah, both are an option, so it's just a matter of how you want to enter the building.
Peeks in through a window, I think.
Okay.
To see like any lights on inside, or
Not on the ground floor, no.
okay. We'll jimmy the window then.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be what for opening? Picking locks is tinker, but you're not picking a lock. Sort of prying open.
Either one of these I'm probably going to be bad at in retrospect, getting in, because I can sneak in. Like once I can do the sneaking, but actually getting the thing
Just
open.
getting the thing open.
Yeah.
Knowing that, do we want to change things so that Bron is up on the roof with Logan, and like Logan cuts the hole in for him?
That might work better. Could Logan?
It seems silly to be like, oh, whoops, we didn't.
Whoops, I'm not actually good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that might work better. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
do
allow
that.
it.
I don't know if we need to do a full flashback for that.
No, it's just sort of a realizing what your skill set is.
Yeah.
Which I feel like would have come up in conversation. So.
I don't know why I've been thinking that Prowl would have covered the actually getting into the house too, but it does
no,
not.
Tinker, specifically does say picking a lock, so.
Okay.
There's
So,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so both of you on top of the roof. That's
Yeah.
fine. Makes sense to me. So you're going to try to get in that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, for busting through, I mean, you got the wrecking tools.
Yep. So I guess I'll roll wreck to see how clean this hole is.
Yeah,
I will not mark my burglary gear then, because
that's fine.
Okay. But this is controlled. How we're starting out.
Yeah, you're controlled right now.
Standard.
Mhm.
2 5s.
Okay.
I will say the thing specifically in the tools that seems useful here is a spark torch cutter and fuel tank.
Okay.
we blow up.
I do also have a small, powerful drill, so I guess it depends how long we want to take in cutting
just
this.
start drilling a bunch of little holes. Okay, so with the what is the cutter? What do you say that again? Sorry.
A spark torch cutter and a
Okay.
fuel tank to power it.
Oh, okay. So here's your options. You're not gonna do this perfectly. This is partial success. You're gonna do it. The spark torch is gonna be much quieter, but it is gonna put off some light from the roof, so you're gonna risk being seen. Whereas the drill, no one's gonna see you up there, but it's gonna make noise.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it up to you. That's your
Maybe-
price to pay.
Yeah. probably the drill, because maybe they'll think it's just some vermin in the roof or up on the top, whereas people seeing the light, that's unless it's a
mean-
cloudless sky and the moon is shining weirdly.
The
You
moon
could-
is very bright in Doskvol.
We could go either way because honestly, we're outside. So if someone comes around to investigate, we could, distract them. So, I mean, I guess whatever you want to do.
Plus the drill might. Well, this drill might sound more like rats.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the drill.
Okay. So you go with the drill. It takes a little bit of time, not too much. You know your way around all these tools, and they're of good quality. These are fine, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll help you get the job done pretty quickly, with some scraping and grinding, but still sort of hidden in the shadow of one of the other nearby buildings. You create a hole in the roof, and you peer down into sort of a darkened space below you.
I guess seal it up. I'll take him out through the bottom. Or once I've come out the front, seal it up. You'll do your thing. All right, I'll be right back.
Bron, you drop down into the top floor of this house. It is dark in here. There's a little bit of moonlight streaming in one of the dirty windows. But you look around, you're in some sort of storage, attic space.
I will just point out the last iteration of Bron that did something like this got attacked by a ninja almost immediately. So
That did happen, yeah.
One of Simon's housemates is a ninja.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this
Surprise.
goes.
You're in the attic.
All right, is going to very quietly, cat-like, creep towards. I don't know if there's either. I don't know if this is the type of attic that has stairs or a hatch, but
There's a hatch in the floor on the other side.
okay. Then we'll creep over and kind of push it down a little bit to peer out to see if there's anybody below before fully.
Yeah. You push it down. You look. The hallway below you is pretty dark. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Then gently pushes it down, dropping the ladder down quietly, and creeping down into the hallway, and we'll push it back up, close the attic, before beginning to make their way to each of the bedrooms. And I think it's going to, for each of them, if we're going to go with thief rules, checks the keyhole,
Okay.
or under the door, if we're going more realistic lock mechanics. So checking to see if there are any lights on before actually opening the door, and looking to see if it's Simon's room or somebody else's.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and roll for me to prowl.
Prowl? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and push myself here.
Okay. For the bonus die?
Yeah, because I don't want to fuck this up.
Okay.
Do I want to stress or take a devil's bargain, though?
What's your stress at?
My stress is at 2, so it's not that high.
That's not bad.
But we haven't done a devil's bargain.
I was about to say,
Oh,
what? Devil's Bargain's new. We don't know what that does yet.
Those are your shiny new toys.
I was reading through the devil's bargain options. I imagine that's something you offer to me, what's gonna happen, or I just say I'm gonna do it, and then you hit me with whatever the consequences later. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's a list of common ones.
Okay.
Let's see, what's a good one for this?
The real question is if I get to know before I'm deciding between stress.
That's
if it's
a good question. I think so, because I think you make the deal and then
Okay.
let me see. Fancy. Yeah, because it gives you the options. If you don't like it, you can reject it or you can alter it.
Okay. What is your offer?
I'm thinking. Let me look at something real quick. These are always really cool mechanics, but when they get sprung on you, it's like.
I can just take the stress and we can deal with that later.
No, I think it's fun. I just want to look at something.
You come to me on the night of my daughter's wedding.
That was terrible.
I know
but
it was
love you.
bagged.
You sound like Izzy Hands.
Yeah, I do.
That was actually a pretty good Izzy.
Oh, I have an idea. Wait, idea time.
Who does sound kind of like the Godfather?
He does a little bit, yeah.
Kinda.
Where's the list of things?
I'm still like, obviously that show's not actually anywhere near historical accuracy, but the real Izzy Hands was a teenager.
To be fair, they actually vaguely follow the timeline of both Edward Teach and Steed Bonnet's like cycle through piracy. They have.
Mhm.
Good on
Yes.
them.
Some things are very accurate, others nowhere near.
Obviously.
Okay. Okay. Here's your bargain. You're making your way down this hallway, and you go to peek through the keyhole of one of the rooms. And you notice scratched into the wood of the door of a couple of these bedrooms is a what looks like a symbol in the shape of sort of a crude gas lamp. You would know this to be the faction symbol of the Lamp Blacks, who are one of the gangs that run alongside, among others, the Red Sashes and the Crows. So the bargain here is you can sort of push yourself, do a little bit better, perhaps, get the bonus die for the sneaking around, but you are potentially involving yourself with another one of Doskvol's gang factions. So should you get caught, a couple of these people are probably under Lamp Black protection.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
The worse it sounds, the cooler it sounds.
Okay, I'll take the extra die in the devil's bargain. All right, so Prowl. Is this risky, controlled, or desperate?
I think this is pretty risky.
Okay.
I don't think you're desperate yet.
Standard. Bonus die. 1. That's a 2 and 2 5s.
Okay, so 5 is the highest. So that's a partial success. Okay, so you creep down, either looking through keyholes, under doors. On this floor, all of the lights are out. You sort of check especially carefully the rooms with the lamp on the door. And you don't find Simon. You make your way down to the attic or floor. This would be the second floor of the building. You make your way down like the narrow staircase at the end of the hall. You look through a couple more keyholes. You don't see who you're looking for, and then you get to the room at the other end of the hall. And you see, as you look underneath the door, you can see just a little bit of like flickering lamplight.
Okay. I get on my walkie-talkie. No, can't do that. Can we do a flashback to say that Bron set up a warning signal where he would send Helsing out to signal what the status is inside? And so
Codes.
this Helsing's a ghost dog.
Mhm.
So
He is indeed.
sends Helsing out to where the others can see her, sends him up to the roof to Logan, and has him pat at the ground twice, which means essentially signaling he's here but he's awake still, just so the others can be on guard that this may get louder than we intended.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I don't need to take any stress or anything for that, or
I mean, he's your dog, and I feel like this was something that you would have had a pretty easy opportunity to do.
okay. So it's the only way I can think of that we could communicate.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't think this is an overly complex action.
Okay.
So 0 stress.
Oh, that's the best play here. There's no way I can see into the room through other than seeing the light.
Not really. I mean, you can look under the door. You can see the lamplight sort of flickering across the ground. It's hard to see a whole lot except the bottom of the furniture and stuff.
Okay.
You can knock.
We'll see. I
mean, it's late, but it's not uncommon. Roomies might come over. They ask who it is. You just don't say anything. So
Yeah,
they come to the door.
knocks very softly. Soft enough that he's awake, he would hear it. But if he's asleep, hopefully no one wake him up.
Okay. You knock pretty softly. And from inside you hear kind of like the scraping of wood on wood. And then some footsteps walking towards the door. And on the other side you just hear hello.
Doesn't answer.
Johnny, if you're being creepy again, it's not funny.
Breathe.
No, just stays silent. Wants to see if he'll open the door to check to see who's in the hall.
He does not open the door.
Yeah, I think he knocks again.
Alright, it's really not funny. You know I'm busy. Are you going to answer me? Whatever. You hear footsteps walking away from the door.
Okay. As soon as the footsteps begin to walk away from the door, Bron is going to try to slip inside. Is going to open the door, pistol drawn. Which I'll go ahead and mark my fine pair of pistols.
Okay.
And just slides inside the door and clicks the pistol as he points it at his back.
Okay, are you trying to do this without him seeing you?
I just wanted to catch him by surprise.
Okay. You go to push the door open, and it opens about an inch, and then it stops as the chain holds it partially shut.
Okay. If that happens, then... Fuck. Chains on the doors.
Just close it again. Just close it again and make him think this place is fucking haunted.
The job's to kill a man, not traumatize.
Why not both? You do have a ghost dog.
I do. And I was debating just sicking Helsing on him, but that's going to be not
Loud.
look like an accident
It's not gonna
and be very loud. He was attacked by a wild dog in his room with the chain on. This turns into an episode of Supernatural.
Yeah, they would definitely think it was a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just use ghosts to murder all of our
I mean, I do have one in a tune.
Oh no.
I can't force the door open. I'm not strong enough for that.
No, just do a quick open shut, like when you realize it, and just shut it.
Yeah, Bron just lets it close.
Okay, you let it close. It clicks shut, and you hear the footsteps again. Man, I'm being serious, okay? I'm busy, and you're being weird. Stop.
Gonna knock again.
Fucking.
Because either he's not gonna start. Okay, yeah, we're gonna see what he does. This is stupid. Bron is sitting there like Bron is like standing there like, this is stupid. This is so stupid.
I'm not joking around anymore, okay? I'm busy. Go to bed, you weirdo.
Have Helsing make a noise.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Mhm.
Bron calls Helsing back. And commands him to like ghost mist under the bed and start growling.
I feel like you have to roll something for this. To work.
Is there a spooky
I technically
roll?
have to like roll command to get my
To get him to do
pet
stuff.
to do things.
Okay, yeah, let's roll that. Because that's also got intimidate or threaten in it.
Yeah, just covers all bases.
Of this one particular action.
This
yes.
okay, this I'm gonna mark stress for because Bron is stressed at this point.
I imagine so. Okay, so it's 2 stress.
Yeah. Half my stress boxes are filled.
Zoinks, Scoob.
Right. This feels pretty desperate.
Yeah.
This feels like a desperate attempt to
Yeah.
salvage this that without just going full on.
Sort of a last ditch. Okay, yeah, I buy that. So mark your XP.
All right, +1 die. That's a 6.
Oh my god. Okay. Helsing turns into a little cloud of mist and makes his way under the door and under the bed, and he begins to growl, like a low, spooky growl from under his man's bed. Oh my god. And you hear sort of a stumbling from inside and sort of heavy footsteps as you, and then you hear like a thud as he kind of like backs up against the door. And there's just like silence in the room for a second. And then just like one more time you hear him go, "Hello?" I assume the growling continues from under the bed.
Yeah, the growling's going to continue from the bed. I don't want to knock at the door again because I want him to try to escape into the hallway.
Yeah, so if Helsing keeps growling, you hear the click of the lock, and the door opens, and he starts to back out into the hallway.
Okay, I smack him in the back of the head with the butt of my gun.
What's for hitting? What's for hitting? What roll for hitting?
Prowl is ambush with close
finds.
finds. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, blackjack. Okay. Yeah, roll prowl. Can't believe you haunted this man out of his room.
I can't believe I'm not gonna jinx myself before I roll it, but is this risky? Is this past or risky at this point?
This is risky. Yes.
Oh my god. Is a 3 still partial? I don't remember if the 3 is a
I
failure.
think a 1 to 3 is a failure.
Damn.
Yeah, 1 to
The
3.
one I didn't mark.
You probably
should
don't
die
achieve
on.
your goal and you suffer complications too. Okay. You crack him in the back of the head.
Everybody's gonna think Bron's incompetent.
Well,
Not any
Wow.
more than usual. No.
no, he's
He
doing
wouldn't-
great.
Himself.
I did great so far.
You crack him in the. He's just has a little bit of performance anxiety, I think is what it is. Because he does great when he's by himself.
Yeah. I mean, this is him by himself.
Oh, Simon's there now.
Mm-hmm. You crack him in the back of the head, and he stumbles forward, kind of back into the room a little bit, knocking into the door. He falls, but does not go unconscious, and he sort of flips around in time to see you, and screams.
I point. Damn. Bron steps into the room, closes the door behind him, and points the pistol and says, "I wouldn't recommend doing that again."
Okay. He doesn't do it again.
Logan, hearing the scream, is going to sigh and kind of make his way in through the roof.
Okay.
And is gonna start preparing.
Did we hear the scream
blow
from
gun and stuff.
outside?
Oh, that's a good question. Because you're not that far away.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think you probably heard something.
Well, fuck.
That-
I'm gonna go
is that
ahead
woman?
and say that I have a scary. No, I have an unusual weapon. I brought my garrote. Yeah,
Okay. So,
and we'll at least start meandering in that direction if necessary.
okay. So, Barbara, Jemma, are you going with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna start to look to see if there are lights on, like turning on in the house. If lights start to turn on in the house, I'm going to make a distraction outside of the house.
Okay. So, yeah, a couple of things happen at once. Logan, you drop down into the attic, and I assume start making your way down to where you
Yep.
heard the sound from. So, you go ahead and roll to prowl.
Oh boy, I'm not great
This
at
is
that.
about to be. This really quickly went from like Ocean's 11 to Home Alone.
This is about to be Hitman. No witnesses if there are no survivors.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. The
Um,
last witness has been killed.
I assume this is risky, or is this desperate?
We're reaching desperate territory, my friends.
Okay.
Let's do desperate.
Effects standard, limited, great, extreme.
I'll just say this one's probably great.
You gonna push yourself?
Yeah, this is probably stress.
Okay.
So
Let's do
one
stress.
bonus die. That's a 3.
Oh lordy. Okay. Okay. Logan, you as you open the attic, you I think you don't realize in the dark that the ladder wasn't secured properly. Obviously in case somebody needed to make a quick exit, but it sort of tumbles down, making this loud clattering sound on the hallway floor. And from outside, Jemma, you do see a couple of lights start to come on inside the house. One of them on the like that top floor, like the third floor. And Logan, you can see sort of some light coming out from under one of the bedroom doors near where the ladder was. And then one on a lower floor as well, Jemma, that you can see as Barbara starts to make her way over towards the building.
Cool. Jemma is gonna start to the front door is locked, we have determined.
Mhm.
She's gonna go to Barbara and look to Barbara and say, break the front door, love.
Right. Boom, boom.
Oh God. Okay. Please roll to do a wreck.
Cool.
Wreck the
And Jemma
obstacle
starts
is
going-
savage force. Lord, I'm so scared of what's about to happen.
I
I
am
am
very
too.
concerned as well.
Um,
Okay, I also have something called not to be trifled with. I
Okay.
can push myself to do one of the following: perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman, such as engaging a small gang on equal footing in close combat. Would that qualify as knocking a heavy wooden door over with one kick?
Sure.
Cool. Is this risky?
This is risky. To
And
great
this is,
effect, I would say.
To great effect. Cool. And
About to have to.
yeah, I'll put, yeah, and I'm pushing myself here, so.
Okay, the mark of 2 stress. I'm about to have to bust out some real music here.
That's a 4.
Okay, that's a partial success. So I think you yeah, you go to kick in the door, and it is more sturdy than I think you thought. You levy a couple of kicks at it, and then finally, it sort of splinters around the doorknob, and you kick it in.
Make yourself sparse. And then Jemma starts screaming hysterically. They're like, there's a burglar! Oh my god! It's just right over the street! It's on another one! Like, trying to draw attention outside of the house so that, like, and making so that the burglar ran away.
Barbara makes herself scarce.
Okay, so Barbara kicks the door in and runs.
Gemma's crying.
Jemma, you start screaming, and Bron, I'm just assuming you hear this happening from where you are. You hear a clattering on the floor above you as Logan very clumsily makes his way out of the attic, and then you hear some cracking, and then a loud bang, and then screaming from the floor below you. Jemma, I'm gonna have you roll. Good lord. I don't know, command or sway, whichever one.
I'm just picturing Bron's next words were going to be, "No, you and me are going to stay nice and quiet." And then suddenly there was all of this noise, and then he goes, "Never mind."
Alright. So Jemma, I'm gonna have you roll.
Alright, what am I rolling? Risky?
Yeah.
And standard?
Yeah.
Alright. No bonus dice. Oh no! I've never rolled
Guys.
so bad in my life.
So that was a 2.
When I said what could possibly go wrong, that wasn't
Everything.
a challenge.
I
Oh,
told you to
man.
bite your goddamn tongue, Val.
Oh,
But this is so
man.
Did you-
exciting.
But did you
This is
bite your
so much-
tongue?
This is so
Did
much
you-
more exciting.
Did
No, I
you?
didn't.
Yo.
I didn't.
Okay then.
We gotta figure out which devil you bargained with. Okay. So
They have a
that is
sense of humor.
that is a failure. So lights start coming on in the house, and Barbara, you see lights coming on in the next house over, and the next house over, as Jemma has started hysterically screaming and crying. And Jemma, you hear hurried footsteps behind you, and you turn, and a light is shown in your face as you see, standing there looking very confused. One of them very confused, one of them concerned, bordering on angry. 2 men in blue coats.
Still hysterical. Just sort of making sounds and like pointing like down the street, like it's the bad day.
Yeah, okay, one of them sort of grabs you by the shoulders. What the fuck is going on?
Get the door, and then he ran down the street.
All right,
It scared me.
listen, Matt, we're gonna need you to come with us. All right, and he starts to lead you away from the building
That's fine.
in hysterics. We'll get to that. Hey, Logan, what are you doing? We'll get back to Bron in just a second, I promise.
Yeah, Logan is
It's fine. I don't want to go yet. I want to see what everybody else does first.
Logan is digging into his bandolier of alchemicals and preparing the trance powder, and
Okay.
is just kind of waiting for someone to open the door to just like blow it in their face and
Okay.
be like, "You heard a commotion outside. There's a burglar in a nearby building. There's nothing for you to worry about. Go back to sleep."
Okay,
That is
yeah.
his plan to try and deal with the roommates.
I love it. You wait. The door on this floor where you saw the lamplight light underneath. You hear the door start to open as somebody very quickly is making their way out. They run directly into you.
Yeah.
I guess to roll. What'd you roll for this last time? Do you remember? Because I don't.
I think I used wreck before. I mean, it's probably either tinker or wreck.
Oh, because of the sabotage.
yeah.
I'll take either one. Honestly, I
Yeah,
think they both make sense.
Not gonna risk any more stress. Is this desperate or is this still risky?
This is desperate, my friend.
Okay. Now, I don't know enough about the game to know what that does other than give me XP.
It gives you XP.
Effect
It's just for me
is-
to help like decide levying consequences and stuff.
Sure. And then what is the effect here? Standard?
Oh, I would say it's pretty great.
Okay.
Pretty
No
great.
bonus die here. That's a 5.
Okay, you that's a partial. So you wait for them to open the door and you sort of levy this blow this cloud of powder
Yep.
at them. It catches them and they have sort of an unexpected reaction to it. I think what you're used to is sort of like as soon as somebody inhales it, the trance kind of hits like almost instantly, but this person who has opened the door starts like coughing and having this weird like reaction to the powder that was a little bit unexpected, but they start to like stumble back into the room, at least temporarily incapacitated.
Yeah, I think Logan, as soon as he blowed it, started saying that you heard there was a commotion outside, and like the person's coughing, and he's like, oh, shit, and just like tries to hurry through the thing he'd mentioned, and like hoping that the suggestion takes hold.
Okay, yeah, so you set that, and the coughing starts to subside, and this person is just looking around, like glassy-eyed, like very confused about. So some of it maybe
Yeah,
Got
just
through.
closes the door and continues on.
close the door. Continue on as you start to see, or you start to hear like a little bit more commotion. There's more screaming outside. I think you probably catch out the window. You see Jemma being led away by 2 men wearing blue coats, which is bad news.
Yes. Gosh, can I use my blow done and darts
Oh,
to
God.
try and save her?
Oh, Lord. I mean, you can try.
Oh gosh. No,
You have to cast.
Casting the guards.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah, no. Logan is like,
Logan has gone full like Rambo.
I'm loving it.
I love it.
I'm living for this.
Logan definitely thinks at times he is the only competent member of the crew, and tonight that sure seems to be the
course he
case.
does.
But
Nothing has happened that would show him otherwise.
yeah. But no, I think
You
it's
let it
like,
happen?
yeah, it probably is like, okay, we gotta deal with the target first. And maybe
Yeah.
thinks a bit like, well, Cross said someone usually dies. Arrest is maybe better than death.
Does maybe Bron
Okay,
hears
Bron.
some of what's
I just feel like all that happened in very quick succession.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Bron still has the pistol, one of his
and
pistols.
he's sort of like on the he sort of fell, and so he's turned around, he's facing you, so sort of like sitting, like
Yeah.
sort of hands behind him, like propping him up.
I assume I don't hear Logan in the Well, no, I heard the clatter and stuff. I think Bron just keeps the pistol trained on him. Is just quite like opening the door just a little bit to look out in the hall to maybe see Logan.
Yeah, I think you'll see Logan sort of hurrying down the stairs looking for you. So, yeah.
All right. Motions Logan towards the door.
Okay.
What the fuck just happened?
Heard him scream, and I guess outside they are distracting.
All right. Again, quietly towards the door, keeping like one eye on, but under his breath enough, hopefully that this won't immediately alert him to what Bron's intending here. But says to Logan, "Is lugging this guy across the city worth the extra coin?"
Yes. And Logan will turn towards Simon and again blow the trance powder in his face because I've still got some uses from
Okay.
one thing of it.
Yeah, let's have a roll.
Okay, let's try again. I assume this one is more just risky.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've already got him in a pretty compromised spot.
Yeah. Effect is
I would say great.
okay. No bonus dice. That's a 6.
Okay, yeah, you blow the powder directly into his face, and almost immediately he just sort of goes a little pale, and his eyes kind of glass over, and he's just kind of looking between the two of you because you're the only things that are moving in the room, but doesn't really seem like he's recognizing what's happening, and he just kind of sits.
All right, and grabs him by the scruff and yanks him up off the ground. Roof.
Yes.
Okay. You grab him by the scruff, pick him up, and I think as you do this, I'll leave you with this, since we're running out of time here. You pick him up, and Logan, this is the first time you're seeing the room, and Bron, I think you finally actually get a look at the interior of this man's room. The walls are completely covered in pieces of paper. Val, you had a look on your face like you thought I was going to say something horrifying.
I was going to say blood.
Completely, the walls are completely papered over. There are writings and notes and sketches and diagrams and all kinds of just stuff all over the walls. There are even like connecting some of them like pieces of like string and like all this different just stuff all over the walls. And across from you, on the wall where the exterior window is, there are all of these like makeshift shelves that are just covering this wall, and there's all these mismatched sort of jars and bottles and things that are all capped or covered or things like that. And coming from it's hard to kind of tell what's inside them, but coming from a lot of them in like different colors, there's like this faint glow.
Would I know? Could I maybe roll a study to see if I know what any of these are? Or is this going to be a thing to pick up with next time?
Go ahead and roll, and we'll leave it on that.
Risky?
Yeah.
And standard, great?
I'll say standard.
Okay.
That's fine. Most that's gonna
Nope.
happen is you have no idea what's
I
going
don't know
on.
what these are right now.
That's
2.
You have no idea what those are, Logan, but something about them kind of gives you the shivers. Like, makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit. And as we try to figure out, or not, it's up to you guys, what the hell's going on in here, that's where we'll leave it for today. So yeah.
Perfect plan, y'all.
It went really well. I think.
When does Barbara get to punch somebody? Come on.
Stop
Well,
punching
so-
doors. and then
Well,
start punching
she might next time.
So I was unclear. Did Barbara duck into the building or did she take off running down the street?
She went back to the hidey hole, I guess,
Okay.
because
Yeah, I
that was
think
the
she
quickest
ducked
spot
back
to
in.
like.
Okay.
But
So
she's
she's
gonna
still
like
there.
follow behind. Yeah, she's gonna follow
Mhm.
behind wherever Gemma's getting carted off to.
Yeah, she's for sure still there. Okay, let's do at the end of the session. At the end of the session. Tomorrow. Okay, let's do the crew questions first. At the end of the session, review your XP triggers. So, your crew specific XP trigger is: did you execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation?
Nope.
No. Not yet.
Almost.
Almost, but no.
Close. Contend with challenges above your current station.
I
This
didn't
feels-
think it was going to be.
Yeah, this feels within our station, but
It is spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
slowly getting above our station.
I think that might be what happens next time. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
We're in the process of developing a new one. One hit wonder.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I think we expressed some of the inner
the
conflicts
essential
Oh, yeah.
and
how
the essential
people
nature.
react to different
Stress.
situations.
Yeah, take an XP for that one.
Well,
For sure.
2 if the item occurred multiple times.
Yeah, take 2 XP. Go ahead and take 2 XP for that one. That's fair.
I added it. It's there.
All right. So let's do individual PCs. So make sure if you made a desperate, you mark for that. At the
and
end
now
of the
we
session.
mark in the stat.
Yes, in the
Yes,
stat that
thank
you
you.
rolled with, or the attribute that you rolled with. So you should have those. So everybody has a playbook specific XP trigger. Did anybody meet theirs?
Yep.
I think I did mine multiple times.
What are they?
Mine is address the challenge with tracking or violence. So I
Okay.
did tracking and I did violence.
Yes, you
today.
did.
Technical
I addressed
skill
a
or
challenge
mayhem.
with violence, I think, at least once
Yeah.
with the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got,
Deception or influence, yes.
Yeah.
multiple technical skill or mayhem
Oh,
rolls.
sure. Yeah, I would mark 2 for Logan for sure. Okay, let's play with Civic. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I'm wondering if the whole Barbara name getting outed thing, would that count toward this?
I think so.
Probably.
Well, you also expressed like that was connected to your background.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cool.
Ron did express that he was just willing to murder that guy right there and lose the coin because
Yeah.
really just wanted to cut ties, take the payment for the
Take money and
murder.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose by that same token, Logan is saying, no, we should get the extra coin.
Mhm.
It's money
It's
over personal
Yeah,
risk.
a big show of priorities today, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And also going to, not helping Jemma and going to Bron.
Definitely.
But does that count as multiple times or is that all kind of lumped together?
I mean, I feel like that's 2 pretty discrete decisions.
Okay. So I advanced and have 1 left over.
Nice. All right. You struggled with issues from your vice or trauma.
I don't think anyone wants to have trauma yet.
No, not yet. A couple of you are getting a little close for comfort.
A little bit.
Okay. So Alex Logan advanced.
I advanced too.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
I'm deciding whether I want Saboteur. When you wreck, the work is much quieter than it should be, and the damage is hidden from casual inspection.
Ooh.
Or if I take the one I talked about last time, a Physiker, so I can help us with healing.
Both good options.
Those both sound dope. I mean, whatever sounds coolest to you, go for it.
I'm taking the Rook's Gambit. Take 2 stress
Oh, did you-
and roll your
did you go up
best
too?
action. Yeah. Roll your best action rating while performing a different action. See how you adapt your skill to this use.
Oh, nice.
I'm
I
gonna
like that.
sway everyone.
I like that.
Mhm.
All right,
cool.
literally everything that Barbara does next time is punching things. Y'all are not. You are not
Barbara
running her
wants to
out
level
enough.
up.
She's getting really pent up. She needs to fucking punch something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for us for the day. Wow, it just really feel like it really flew by
It did.
today. I looked down and I was like, shit, it's almost time to be done. And I'm sad, but also glad that we get to do it again next week. So thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks to my lovely cast here for playing this game with me. Yeah, it really did only take a couple of sessions to go completely out of control, which is great, and I love it. Perfectly on
This is-
brand.
All according to plan.
All exactly according to you're still doing the same plan technically. Yeah, so we'll be back for this 1 week from today. In the meantime, if you're live with us on Twitch, thank you for being here. You can look at the rest of our schedule down below our faces on our drop page. It's also pinned to our Twitter and our Discord if you're with us later on YouTube. Hi, YouTube! Or on the VODs. Yeah, we'll be back in a week. In the meantime, join us tomorrow for Queer Chronicles of Strixhaven Quartet, Tuesday for Squire Squad, and on from there. Does anybody have anything they want to plug before we leave? Other than half of us are about to go be on LB's channel playing masks.
Where they're in a totally different situation and everything's fine.
Everything's definitely fine and also going according to plan over there. It's not.
I'm sensing a theme here.
There's a man that wants to eat our bones.
He doesn't eat them, he just puts them into his body.
Sophia asked if there was other people who wanted to like eat bones and stuff, and no one corrected her, so she's assuming it's true. She's also a dum-dum. All right. At 8:30 Eastern, me and Alex and LB will be on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp for Heroes in Training. And other stuff. We'll tweet about it. Follow us on Twitter. All our Twitters are below our faces and in the chat, so fucking follow us so you know where to find us. That was great. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in a week for probably the thrilling conclusion of this particular job, and maybe for some more downtime. But until then, good game, and good night, Internet.